Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark III and welcome back to Cosmoteer. Welcome back. Apologies for the, damn it, I'm not sure how to say this. Okay, apologies for the delay in... Oh, railgun section only cost 12,500 to put one of those in. Okay, I can do that. All right. Apologies for the delay in getting back to you guys with another episode. Depression really absolutely sucks. And that is basically what happened. Depression, timing, real life. A whole bunch of factors just came together. And that messed me up for the last week and a half-ish. So I'm still not doing very well, but I've been asked for episode. So me, I'm trying to do episode. It should have been out... well, I was trying to do one this week. Hang on, okay, my timing messed up. Right. Basically, I'm not quite right in the head. Then again, we all knew that, but yeah, there we go. Basically, I'm not quite right in the head. So, what I'm going to do is, this is actually going to be like a build episode kind of thing. So it should be good. I mean, for a while now, I've just like done builds episodes like I need to tear out this entire section along here. Actually, I should just use this, shouldn't I? And just delete entire banks of stuff. I think I'll go with what Clint was saying as well, and I'll just delete these sections too. Right. So what I'm going to do is, like, this is just going to be a build episode, and we'll get some combat probably a bit later on when we get around to like trial running it and stuff like that. Because you know we can't have a Cosmoteer episode without combat, can we? Let's tear out that rear EM system too. Tear out the rear things. Tear out the rear control room. Tear out the rear reactor. So yeah, as you can see, I am gutting large parts of the ship. So we're doing some open heart surgery this time around. Clint's suggestion was that we could extend the center house and get like an extra pair of railguns in there, and I agree. So we can do that. I also think with the changes I'm going to do, because I'm basically doing open heart surgery on like the entire core section of the ship, I think I can extend the rails further to not only add more rails, but make them more powerful. Delicious, delicious power. Let's tear out the secondary ion banks, tear out these engine pods, because they're going to be in the way of trying to maneuver stuff. Okay, right. So I said open heart surgery. What am I going to do? I'm going to deal with the issue I was pointing out previously, which was that the ion array had a problem with going boom. You know, a little problem like that. Somewhat mild, but problematic as well. Just getting the missile banks clear. And I think it's probably a good idea to try and fix that. So I'm happy with the current configuration, as in we can put them further back. Actually, we can get them down. We can get them all the way down to there if we so choose. Oh dear. So yeah, we had an experience in the last episode-ish, which is like the ion prisms detonated. The central core detonated. That, of course, tore out the railguns, so we need to relocate the reactors to deal with that. But the ion prisms didn't detonate the this section here. They just set it on fire rather badly. So this spacing arrangement, I think, is good enough. And I'm going to do what I was thinking about, slash theorizing about last time, which is like I'm going to turn it on its side and then install it in this area here. But I'm going to go a step further. I'm taking this empty space here, and I'm actually going to mount the ion beam array towards the rear of the ship. That's what I'm thinking. So fun times for any hits that get through to the rear of the ship, I would say. But we're going to give the ship a really big butt. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But it is going to help reinforce things. It's going to mean the engines are further forward. It's pushing the missile pods out towards the sides a bit as well. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and we're going to have to reroute the beams. But the reason I just tore out the reactor sections back here is because if I'm going to put these down here, the reactors can then act to feed the engines and the missile banks. And the question is how well they can feed the forward section of the ship. I might have to redo this entire section as well, which is going to be fun times. Let's see. I just want the emerging ion array section. That's this bit here. And it cost me 500,000 to build a new reactor array. Oh, well, I knew it wasn't going to be cheap, but yeah. Now then, we got a rough explosion radius here, which is like 4, 5, 6-ish. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. And I'm going to install it 2 forward, just so that we've got space for... Well, we've actually got space for crew bunks if we have the reactor embedded this far back, don't we? So something like this. So yeah, we've got that big reactor which now feeds those engine banks. The plan is, once I've got this entire thing sorted out, then we just cut and move the entire bulkhead and main core of the ship outwards a little bit, if we need to get space for the extra rail set. Or maybe I should be planning for the rail set as we go. Then I have to mess around with this bit as well. This is open heart surgery. It's really major reconstructive effort. Anyway, second beam bank. Yes, more beams. What, you thought this was going to be a side grade, a simple rework? No, 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 no. We're getting extra power in here. Oh, that was a thought actually that I had. Because this is going pretty far back now, let's delete the original set. Because we're going to use the same apertures. That's my basic plan here. Going to use the same apertures. Let's get rid of this section here as well, including the sensor room and stuff. Same apertures. Doesn't quite line up, but it might line up better if we install the extra rails. The problem with the extra rails is, if I just do what I was thinking, which is like I'd move these. I'm thinking move these out one. Either we move these out one. Hang on, I'll show you. Like, so there's a gap of 3, right? Then we have 2 like that. So we do it like that. The problem is that if we have the railguns clustered closely together, there's not going to be much shield coverage for them. Because the shields go like, they can cover 4 blocks to the side of them. But then again, if we do it like this, actually, we could install double width apertures, like that. Then we could install some shielding, like shields on either side like that would cover both the rails, but the central spike, the core part of the ship here, would have no shielding. In fact, I might want to go back to an even block distribution rather than an odd block distribution. Oh dear. That's going to be fun. Actually, it's probably relatively simple. It's just I'm overthinking it. Right. Moving on. So, if I'd go back to even, then I could have like a single corridor up the center of the ship to supply those, and there would have to be corridors on the outside as well. The alternate configuration would be just have like single, then 2, and then the corridor would actually be here for power supply. We'd be able to fit the shields at the end there, but the central rails will be a massive weak point because there will be no shielding on them. So that's not really a good way to go about this, sadly. Well, actually, these would have shield. They have a single shield. Unless I had some people doing spacewalks and stuff. It's... Ugh. I'm not decided on any of this yet. But I'm trying to get my head back in the game. You know? Just trying to get my head back in the game. Right. So this entire reactor array costs 700 odd thousand to install. I think like this, probably. Though the problem then is then that the reactors are close enough to go chain reacting if I'm not careful. And the beam emission point is like up there. So ideally I want the reactor somewhere around here. But why am I moving it forward? I'm moving it forward because I am thinking of installing the secondary ions down here near the aft reactors. So they'll probably be somewhere in this region here. Just trying to figure it out a little bit. You know what? I think the core defense is probably. Let's nail down the railguns first, shall we? Got to get rid of that distinctive prow that I nicked off one icecraft, but we'll try to reinstall something like that. And I think I'll go with the 2 separate corridors arrangement. Just got to remember not to use Control C, because I don't want to erase that reactor assembly. Like that. Like that. So extra pair of railguns. The railguns are longer. We're doubling the beam firepower. I don't want the crystals to be next to the rail assemblies either because, you know, explosives, though some chain reacting is not really avoidable, sadly. I think like this. Yeah, maybe something like this. 2, 1, 2. And then if I put the beam assembly there, it'll chew through into this sector if it gets blown up. So I'm actually going to turn them around, I think, and angle it up this way. Though if I do that, then I want people to be going this way. Like from here to this general area. So that's not the best. I think my best option might be to bounce this sector. Maybe I do need to run it along there instead. The problem with that is I'll have to redo the engines as well. I mean, yes, thank you, autosave. Like right now, I'm thinking like secondary ion mounting would be here. Then they'll crystal off to somewhere around here, past the missile banks, and then this would be crew space down here. So I'm struggling for a safe path for the ions, unless I just route them across the exterior hull of the ship, which is horribly vulnerable. Maybe like that. It'll leave like 2 meters of armor between the ion paths and the actual. Yeah. That's okay. Let's put that there, like that. I'm sure that'll work. Yeah, totally safe. Totes. Oh, that's 4 blocks, not 2. Whoops. Safety first. It'll help prevent chain reaction booms, which is probably a really good thing. Right. Let's get the railguns functional first. Ammo factory. Let's just figure out where it is. There it is. Right. Ammo facts installed next to each other for extra ammo production, though they don't really need it technically. Let's do it like that. Beep, beep, beep. Crew space. Install some there and there. And this section is going to need a bit of reworking as well, since I tore the reactor core out of it. Then again, actually, it's in pretty good shape. I can probably think of something to put in there. Okay, right. Speed walking. I know this is a risk, but what I'm actually going to do, I think, because of direct access to this area is actually kind of limited, is I'm actually going to install reactors along this pathway. Just small reactors, but they will be a localized power source to help with towards the far end. Like, probably somewhere around here-ish. So a couple of small localized reactors. Admittedly, it means if one rail goes up, the other rail is going to go up too, but that was always going to be an issue anyway. So there's not much we can do about any of that. I just have to make sure we've got enough railgun crew. Within range to kind of do it. And then I'll install a... This is going to be like the only shields this central section is going to get in the main assembly, so... It's not the best. It is not the best. But I am kind of going by gut feel on this. It's like... something like that. It's going to do a thing. Right, moving on. I've just realised I spent like... This is why I was doing... time lapses and stuff. We're already like over 15 minutes. We're more than halfway through the episode, almost 2/3 of the way through, and I'm still doing it. Right. Okay, so this is the missile assembly. I'm going to install it like that there. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that's not going to work. Where's undo? Got to remember, I actually need space for an access causeway along this area. So I'll just do that. That is a people place. Let's reinstall and figure out exactly what that all is, because, you know, it's kind of important knowing what I'm doing. Wait, why am I saying it's important to know what I'm doing? I never know what the hell I'm doing. I mean, look at me. I'm randomly reinstalling this ship, and I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I'm doing something potentially explosive and disastrous. You know? That's and I'm making the ship fatter, quite a bit. Okay, let's see. Yes, I know there's no control room. Right, what was that room doing? That was a missile crew access room. That's okay. Right. So this section is going to be dealing with let's see. Do I actually need that room? Oh wait, no, that's because I moved it because of that, didn't I? That'll do it. You are missile boys. Missile boys. Missile boys with their missile toys. Yes. Missile. People are running back and forth up here trying to do stuff. That's a good sign. Of course, we don't have any of the gunnery crews yet. Speaking of, let's check all these and make sure I didn't accidentally set one. Yes, I did. And I'm going to need more along the sides here, just to make sure that there's enough people to run around in a haphazard and crazy fashion, just trying to make sure that everything gets supplied. Something like that, I think. Another drawback of this entire section, though, is that it's like it doesn't have any fire extinguishers in it, really. It's kind of hard to install fire extinguishers when it's like it's stretched out all across the entire length of the ship. Unless I like actually tear out part of the fast transit route just to allow that to be installed. In fact, maybe I should. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's at least give them some fire access. Like that, I guess. That's okay for downwards. That actually needs to be like that. Actually, let's swap it around. Let's put the fire thing there. So there we go. So there is fire access in this general area. And I've just realised it's probably better to have it accessing this way for faster access by any crew running around. Power, shields. I think that actually does it for the entire section here. So, yeah, there we go. We've got quad railguns installed. Woo. And you guys are all gunnery crews. So you guys get to go and deal with all that. Now, there is another issue, though, of course, which is the fact that there's no battery mules running around up here. So maybe I should actually have a room set for battery mules. Oh, I know. I'm going to install some battery mules along the center line. Give them access to both. That should do it, right? In theory. And if need be, I can plug it into the rest of the ship, that's fine. Okay. I swear, this is probably not the best content. It's basically me giggling inanely while planning various illegalities with high explosive ordnance. Some would say that's the best kind of content. But yeah, I am realising there's probably a bit of a marked difference when it comes to comparing this to when I've done time lapses, isn't there? So yeah, sorry about that. I was a bit pressed for time when I started doing this. Part of the reason I decided to do this was to try and get something out good and relevant, you know, like what I was feeling up to doing. And it turns out I just want to monkey around with the ship and plan explosions and stuff like that. So, it's not all bad. Okay, let's grab this assembly here. And I'll move the assembly. I know that's straight line. You know what? I could install an extra beam array if I move it outward slightly and then install it back here. Like something like about here. Yeah, look at me. I am once again committing illegalities by planning to laser people to death. And I am okay with this. I mean, I believe that is a law. It's like you can't have lasers above a certain strength commercially available because they can potentially blind people. Then again, maybe it doesn't apply here because I am, of course, working with ion beams, not, you know, not actual lasers. So yeah, that's like that. That should be able to fire past... Yeah, that can fire straight past that prism, straight past the entire forward assembly as it now stands. So yeah, we can reuse that one with a new pair of ion emitters. Oh, joyous day. And that section, of course, needs to go straight into this area. This area's got some space for crew and such. I guess. Oh, we don't actually have any crew set aside for the ion beams. Yeah, this is fine, this is fine. Right. 6, 12, 18, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. I need one more of these. Something like that. Wait, I don't need that though. Actually, I need access to... You know what? Actually, having that there is a good idea. Because, of course, we do want to get this entire assembly sorted out too. We also want to get the lasers sorted out too, which is going to be... route all of these together into a laser as far forward as possible, which is going to be there. Laser, laser, laser. We're going to need to merge these together. I think I can do that. I'm not sure if I can do that. It needs to be a dead-on hit, doesn't it? Let's check. Oh yeah, I have no crew there. That might be an issue. Right, crew. Go there, lazy buggers. Go ahead and activate the ion beam. And I need a crew room to control the things. I'll install a pair of aft control rooms, actually. Extra redundancy, because I think my ship's going to get blown up really easily. That's not where I want you. I actually want you to operate that one, please. That's the one I want for the test, and you didn't do it. Thank you. Right, so, if I trigger you... why can't I trigger you? Is there... Oh. Right. See what I mean about needing to get my head back in the game? There's also no spare crew down here to actually operate the stuff anymore, so... Deep, 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 deep. Let's give them fast access to the thing. Weep. Weep, because they do need power sources. Up, down, left. Extra fire extinguishers because, yes please. Power room access. Access. So. Okay. That does mean people are going to try and operate... Oh, I never plugged those guys in either. Whoops. Right. I need people to do battery stuff along this entire area. And operate those guns too, so yeah, let's make that so. I'll actually crew these guys from this area down here. Oh, I never plugged you guys in either. Don't worry, crew, I will plug you in. There we go. Wi-Fi access enabled. Have fun with that. Right, this is the one I actually wanted to test. And yes, I can test it now. I'm glad that I can't damage myself, actually. But yes, okay, that does answer my question, though. And in fact, if I just bothered to look at the assembly, that would have answered my question anyway. But hey, I needed to install the stuff, so... Okay, so that goes that way. I guess to there? Yeah, something like that. Better install the armor, though, of course, if there's a reactor explosion, this armor is going to be absolutely useless. Whoops. Didn't mean to delete that. I want that back in there. Yep, there we go. Right. And I need gantries for this section here. And this section here. That should do it, I think. You link to that. You link to that. You link to that. Hang on. That's not right. 2, 2. No, that's not going to work, is it? Blink, blink, blink. That's not going to work. I've messed up the scaling. So I that needs this assembly only works to link to there. That needs to be there. Then they converge the beams to there, into that to the forward control emitters. Yeah, that should do it. That should do it. Make it so. Make it so. Yes. And let's realign the crystals again. You go there. 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 Oh, there is a hotkey, but it's not exactly convenient. Control P. Go there. You can go there because I think there's enough clearance for the ion beam to get past it. Okay, let's test fire. Almost. See, this is why we test things. Sometimes we've been an idiot and not installed them properly. Right. No, you go that away. You go that away. And you just angle wherever. I think that about does it. Notice a distinct lack of... Oh, I never installed the actual access points that way. Okay, right. It works! Cool. Okay, we've doubled the forward firepower. Need to get all the other beams aligned. Need to get the power routing installed for the missile banks. Just so that we can actually get power to and from them. Like so. I saw an extra crew member in there just to make sure. Then that's going to be solid armor. This is going to be solid armor. So yeah, this is like... I'm afraid we're actually at the half-hour mark now. Or just gone. So I'm afraid this is literally as far as the ship's going to go this episode. So we didn't get around to any combat. This is a purely build episode. Which, yeah, it has been a while since I've done one of those, actually. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think of that. Should I continue with build episode next time, or would you prefer me to time skip the rest of it? Because I've just got to get all this stuff realigned now. Wait, is that one going to work? Yes. Okay. But yeah, I'm afraid that is also, yeah, as I said, we have an episode. And I think what draws me to these games actually is flat out the building. I really enjoy the building in this kind of game. So, yeah. Just sorry, it's probably not the most entertaining thing to watch. And I need to stop blathering and just say it's done. So, yeah. This has been Matthew. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I am sorry it was so late. But yes, let me know what you think of how this refit is going on, and how I've messed it up. Just don't mention this entire section here, because we didn't get to that bit. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all some other time. Meter thick armor plating. Heavy armor. Yeah. Laters. See you laters. Until next time, which shouldn't be as long as this one. Just want to make that clear. Oh dear. You can tell I've lost the plot, can't you? Because I'm waffling on again.